Congratulations, Roger. How does that rate? Another record, 6 titles. No one's done that before. And how do you think you actually played in the match?
Well, it feels very special indeed. I mean, I've been trying to sort of block it out for the entire tournament, or for the entire time that I've been here in London. I just tried to recuperate from Basel and Paris and hopefully get through the round-robin stages. And so that now that finally it's sort of reality, that I've been able to win 6 World Tour finals. It's an amazing feeling. I know it's one of my greatest accomplishments, and as well in the way the match went, I think I think that was the difference to to other matches this year where I lost so closely, and this time around I was still able to find a way through, and I think that was the difference at times during the year, which didn't maybe make this an absolute phenomenal other year. But this definitely is an amazing finish again to the season. I've never finished so strong, and I thought I played well. Look, I thought Joe played well. Could I have won it easier? I guess for sure. I had it in my hand. I had chances to go double break in the second. I had chances to serve it out. I had chances in the tiebreaker, and yeah, it wasn't meant to be, and had to go through the third set, which was tough, but eventually I made it, which felt probably even better actually going through 3 sets. The relief was amazing, and the joy, of course, as you can imagine, it was great.
Yeah, Roger, the way you've played the last few weeks, and especially this week against Rafa the other night and tonight, do you feel like the best player in the world?
No, I mean, who cares? I mean, I felt like I played great during this last few weeks, like you mentioned. I felt I played great here in London. It gives me a lot of confidence for next year. But regardless of how it went here, I would have been in a good state of mind for next year, and I think that counts for all the other top guys as well. I think it's been a good year and a good championships for most of the top 8 players actually. So I think most of them are looking forward to next year starting again at some point. And for me, it was the strongest finish I've ever had in my career, which I'm very proud of, and I'm looking forward to next year. So I'm really excited.
Roger, after a spectacular end of the season, and regarding to the 2012, is it a gold medal in singles your biggest dream for next year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, why not? But it's still a long way to go, and obviously at this point I'm just extremely tired. But of course I'm looking forward to coming back to London, hopefully on 3 occasions next year. So this is going to be a very important place to play good tennis, like I did here now this week. Be unfair to the other tournaments to pick London Olympic Games as my absolute #1 priority, because I have priorities first before that. But I clearly don't want to miss it, and I hope to be healthy when the Olympics do come around.
Roger, just tell us about the other members of the top 4. What a brilliant season we've got in prospect next year, and a little bit more about sort of how motivated you are to get back on the Grand Slam winning trail.
I'm sure to win Grand Slams would be nice. I've missed out on a few occasions now this year, and maybe also some last year, so I feel like it might be around the corner, maybe not. The other players obviously have a role to play in this. Novak was the player of the year, which goes without saying. A guy who can win 40 matches in a row from the start of the season, completely deserves that till the very end of it. I thought Andy played a very good season this year, Murray. Just unfortunate that he couldn't finish strong here now, but other than that, I thought he's going to be very tough to beat next year. And Rafa, with his class anyway, he's going to be always a threat for the throne and to win all the big tournaments. So I think prospect's good, and then we saw also that 5 to 8 are extremely close as well, and behind that anything's possible too. So I think right now we have great quality and within the top 10, or within the top 20, 25 actually. And I'm looking forward to a tough season next year.
Roger, you talked about the fact that this time you managed to win a close match, and maybe a few times this season it hasn't gone your way. What made the difference today? Is it a mental thing, or?
I think it's a mental thing, yes. I mean, not only. I mean, sometimes it's also the player playing better than playing better than you. Joe played better than me at Wimbledon. Maybe not much, but enough just to come through. Same with Rafa at the French Open in the finals, Novak in the semis of the US Open. And it's fine to respect that, but I feel when it happens maybe that often, I do have to question myself that maybe I did something wrong. And I think I'm mentally good right now. You know, that was also one of the reasons why I did take some time off to actually think it through and, you know, get into the right mental mindset, because we do, I don't want to say underestimate or overestimate the mental part of the game, but there is a lot of time that goes by out on tour or during a match, and you're just trying to stay positive, but you can't always be positive out there. You know, it's just too difficult, and that's where maybe the doubts were just a bit too strong during certain important moments. And I think I didn't have those doubts now for the remainder of the season, which was what I wanted to get out of my system during the 6 weeks break, and I was able to do that.
Roger, two things about momentum. One, today after the second set, did you feel the momentum had swung over to Joe? And then in terms of your finish this season with Basel, Paris, and now, how much do you think that matters to the beginning of the next season, or will the slate be completely wiped clean come January 1st and all the guys will be back in the hunt again?
Well, I didn't feel like it completely swung his way, the momentum, because I mean he had to go through to the tiebreaker. He wasn't serving his absolute best right then either. So I did have my chances in the breaker, and I thought I was almost a better player in it, you know. So it was but because I did serve for the match, and he knew that, somehow he just felt like it was not going to go my way, you know. And I was trying everything I could. I think I took some good decisions, but my serve also let me down, like it actually let him down as well in the break. There was a lot on the line, and that was a bit, you know, disappointing for me. But I actually did take the right decisions going into the third set, how I wanted to return Joe and how I wanted to play him from the baseline, and I think I was able to stay calm mentally throughout that third set, because at that point it's very easy to lose your mind over what just happened. And then for next year, yeah, I mean, I think I answered the question. I think everybody's going to have an equal good chance to win the big tournaments, and I think the injuries we saw were not that serious that we have to worry for anybody at the beginning of the season, and I think that's the most important at this point.